when I was 19, or I'm sorry, when I was 21 and I got sober, I had been sober for 6 months going to 12-step meetings. And it was suggested, and these were, mixed meetings, the way you see them portrayed in movies and television. And it was suggested to me by a friend of mine. He's like, I go to something called a men's stack, which is an all men's meeting, a 12-step meeting. Why don't you come try it? It's a great group of guys. And I said, okay. And I wound up going, and anything all male to this point really turned me off. I just felt like it was a testosterone fest, and it was just like a lot of people posturing for position. So I go in there, and again, it's these, gruff guys with long-term sobriety, anywhere from 10 to 30. There was one guy, a World War II vet, who had, 60 plus years of sobriety. And these were tough guys. And this wasn't the kind of meeting where they wanted you to cry on their shoulder. This was like, no, sit down, shut up, and listen. Like, your best thinking got you here. So you're going to be quiet and you're going to listen to guys who've walked the path before you. And it wasn't like a hierarchy. It's just like, we were there. So let us share with you how we walked through it and stayed sober doing it. And I equated it to eventually like man school. Like, you want esteemable acts, or you want self-esteem, do esteemable acts. Do the right thing and don't get caught doing it. Restraint of pen and tongue, surrender, acceptance, gratitude, all these tenets, these things that, I have a great mom. Of course I learned this. I knew how to be a slightly respectable member of society. And yet it was like finishing school. It was like rearing. There was always a guy, we would laugh, who would somehow get your phone number. And then he would call you when he would call the new guys who were new to the meeting. And if you didn't call him back, he'd corner you at the meeting and go, a man calls someone back. And I found I loved it because, again, I was like, oh, if this is what being, in quotes, a man is, I'm learning. Like, this is what I was attracted to it. And I found that the men, to your point, who had a healthy or maybe not healthy, a traditional mother, father figure, they'd usually drop out. They'd be like, I don't need this. I'm going to go to a different kind of meeting. This isn't for me. I have a dad, and so it's interesting, because it was very attractive to me. Maybe the first meeting I was a bit scared and put off, but I couldn't stop going back because I was like, oh, I've needed sort of patriarchs like this.